Hello everybody, it's Cappy Wonders back with another video. Today I'm just going to talk about my foster guinea pigs. So I volunteer for 2 different guinea pig rescues. And so I've got quite a few foster guinea pigs, but I normally don't ever do films on any of them, simply because they're always coming and going. But this one is very new to us. He came in, yesterday, I don't know. Well, it's March 11th, so anyway. So he came in with the name Spike, but we're going to rename him something more appropriate. And I know people are going to be upset when they see this video because of how small his cage is. Unfortunately, I don't get to pick the cages that he's in, even though he is in my foster care. I'm not really able to put him in a very large cage at the time being, and it's simply because the bigger the cage, the less guinea pigs that can be fostered, and normally, even though they're in a small cage, it's better that way so they can have more interaction time, because if they're in a shelter, they wouldn't get nearly as much handling time, because being here, they get taken out of the cage almost 6 hours out of the day. So he's really not in the cage all too often except to go to bed, and some parts during the day. So I know it is a very small cage because it's only 2.5 by 1. So basically it's the equivalent to a 1 by 2, or a little bigger. But, unfortunately that is how it has to be. Normally none of the fosters are caged in my room simply because it causes a lot of issues with my guinea pigs. So they're normally housed in our guest bedroom. Well, not really our guest bedroom, but like a guest, I don't know what it is. Just a room. And it's not a very big room, unfortunately, but it's big enough to house quite a few guinea pigs. So I just kind of wanted to talk to you about guinea pig rescues today. I try to advise people to always go to a guinea pig rescue or any rescue or shelter that has guinea pigs. I know that most of the time my guinea pigs aren't always from shelters, and I don't want you to think that I'm being a hypocrite in that situation. I normally try to get guinea pigs that are in need of a home the most. And so with my 2 boys, you know, they're going to be with me for the rest of their lives. And so with having 2 guinea pigs, it's just plenty enough for me, because my room's really not too incredibly large. So if I wanted to get another boy, I just don't think it would be fair to keep 3 boys in a 2 by 4, because it's just not that large of a cage space. Because I really do like this little guy. He's just, you know, he's good. He's a really good boy. And just went to the vets today for a very, very quick informal visit to make sure he's a male, and just to make sure that externally everything's okay, nothing seems, you know, awry or anything like that. So he's all set and happy. And yes, before you say anything, he is on Aspen bedding. Not Aspen, Carefresh. It's Carefresh because it's got the little, like, colored pieces and the wood. He came in this cage with that specific bedding, but it's been cleaned because he only pees in the corner. So, but, I'm gonna either switch him over to Carefresh or Fleece. But he is a fleece chewer because I did have a cozy in there earlier, and he chewed a hole in it, just like Rory does. And as much as I love them, cozies are really expensive to make and to buy. So it's really hard for me to pay $30 for something that I can only use for 1 day. So we're thinking about going to the fabric store and getting really cheap remnants of any kind of fabric that's safe to have guinea pigs on. Something like maybe a polyester or cheap fleece or cotton or something cheap. Because that way he can have something cloth that he can rest on and just relax. Because no animal really wants to be housed on wood bedding that often. But, I mean, it's not that bad, actually. I've never tried this myself before, but this is actually relatively soft for wood. And it's dust free, but it does have a relatively strong odor. I don't think I mean, it smells partially like pine, but there's something else in it. It's not cedar, I know that, but it is a relatively strong smell. I don't know what it is, though. So I want to try to get him off of it. I don't like any of the animals to be on any kind of a bedding that's got a bad smell to it. Like, that's like with the fleece. I spot clean the fleece every single day, multiple times a day, whenever I have free time. But, I normally don't change the fleece for a week and a half because it doesn't get any stinky at all because my boys are litter box trained, along with my rabbits, too. But the rabbits are on linoleum, so. But this is actually not too bad. So, all he's really got in here is his igloo, which I'm going to take out and give him a different one. He's got an acorn chew that I gave him, which, let me try to shake that off. You can see he loves this. Loves it. Put that back over there. This homemade chew that I gave him just now. And he's just had a quick bite of it. And he chewed that off. And a hot dog chew, which he chewed part of it off. As you can see, he chewed the bun part off. Now there's just the lettuce and the hot dog that's left in it. So, he's still got that. And his food. Hey, why are you being fussy? He is pretty skittish. So, I don't want to sound like a terrible person, but I like to try to take his igloo out for some parts of the day. So, I know that guinea pigs should have a place to hide, but yesterday I took it out right away and I tried to pet him and he was skittish, but I kept trying and trying and trying, and if I left the igloo in, he'd keep hiding, but when I took the igloo out, he would let me pet him a little bit more. So I think that he uses it as like a way to escape from people in the not good ways. So, I just have to get him a hay rack. Well, I have a hay rack. I've just got to grab it out of the other room. I had just regular hay, in a little Tupperware container, and I had the Tupperware container zip tied up to here, so and I cut the top off so I could just stuff it in, but he was chewing on the Tupperware, so, and I mean, he's not, he doesn't hate being in here because none of the bars have ever been chewed, and he doesn't bother to chew the bars, and he doesn't, show any signs of not wanting to be in here, but most of the time, when he's in the other room, I leave this door down, and I put cloth over it just so he can get down without stepping on these bars because I don't want his feet to get stuck. But yeah, and he's just got his water bottle and a container of food. And he's just on the oxbow now. So, it's just this little dish here. So, I can put that back over here. And he's got some apple branches, little apple twigs actually. He's got like 5 of them somewhere in here. I don't know where the rest of those are. He's probably buried them or something. But yeah, I just like to recommend to everybody, you should always try to adopt, do not shop, which is, a lot of people say that too. So it's just important because when you shop for a guinea pig, it influences breeders to keep breeding, because if you buy their product, they're going to need to keep making more because of supply and demand. But if you adopt from a rescue, you're opening up a spot for another surrendered guinea pig or another guinea pig in need to go to a shelter, and it's not benefiting the breeder in any kind of way. So I just think that it's really important for people to understand the real benefits of a shelter over getting one from a breeder or a pet store. Now, it's different if you go to a pet store and it's a guinea pig or rabbit or whatever that's up for adoption, because there's normally no fee attached to that. And so they're normally maybe are from a breeder, maybe not, you don't know. But since they're free, and because of the fact that the pet stores are making no profit off of that animal, that doesn't benefit the breeder in any way. So I just try to enforce, shopping. So, check for your closest MSPCA, ASPSCA. I don't know what certain people have for shelters around them. check, animal shelters, any kind of rescue. And it really is a big help, because even if you can't adopt, you could always foster. And if you can't do that, you can donate. And you don't have to donate a massive amount, because even every dollar helps. So even if you could only donate $1, that's $1 more than they had before. Because if everybody donated $1, be a big help. So, yep, just once again, just always consider shopping. I'm not sure, sorry about that. Adopting. So, I hope this video was somewhat informative. And I hope everybody will consider, adopting or fostering, donating, or even going into your local rescue or shelter and donating your time. Because shelters can always, always, always take volunteers. Because if you can't take in a guinea pig, or you can't donate, or you can't foster, because a lot of people can't do any of those. If you can go in even for 5 hours a week, 2 hours a week, and just clean out 2 or 3 of the cages, that's amazing, because that gives some of the actual employees there time to do things otherwise. So, but once again, thanks for watching, everybody. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below. And yeah, see you next time.